The theater and comedy major is new. It started in the fall 2008. Prior to that, it was a theater concentration. And before that, the communication really didn't have concentration. So we've really developed a program that is unique in terms of training within theater as well as within the idea of comedy, because no other school really has that.
Well, here we are. These are the protagonists, the people who are going to act out the story of Antigone for you.
It's a classic play, and it's a classic play with a little variation to it because it's Ennuy's and not Sophocles, and as a result it's a more contemporary version of it. And Ennui wrote this play basically during Nazi Germany time when France was occupied by the Germans, and he used Sophocles as Antigone because of the fact that he wanted the French people to stand up for their rights, their freedom, and they were getting completely annihilated by the Germans, and that is why he wrote the particular version of Antigone that he did, because in Antigone, Antigone stands up against the government, against the man-made law, and chooses to die rather than to lose her freedom.
Well, why not?
He'll have us put to death?
Well, yes, absolutely. He'd certainly do that. We all have our parts to play. Ours is to bury our brother, and his is to have us put to death. I mean, those are our roles. What can we do about it?
I believe this is my 6th or 7th play in the 2.5 years that I've been here. So that's a big blessing.
How do you do it? What do you find the time?
I don't know. To be perfectly honest, I get that question a lot. But I want to say that I make time for the things that I love and the things that I want to do. I'm here studying theater and comedy, so I figure if there's anything I'm going to put my all into, it's a performance.
Sorry for my brother, but I do have to say that I partly understand our uncle's point of view.
Well, I don't want to partly understand anything.
He's the king, he has to set an example.
But I'm not, and I don't.
The Antigone cast was great. There was a lot of chemistry, a lot of jokesters that we had here, and everyone got along from Jump Street. So I'm glad I was part of this.
You will still have all the power just as you did when I was a little boy. Please, Father, let me still admire you. Let me revere you like I always did.
Now, in the play, you had a kissing scene. You want to talk about that a little bit?
It was super. No, but no, it was. Yeah, it was good. I liked it. It was I'll let Antigone speak for herself, but it was fine.
A lot of rehearsal time.
Yeah. Who'll be mad enough to disobey me?
I didn't know much about the adaptation, so I looked over the original Sophocles one, and this Ennui is much different, but it helped prepare me. Most days we slept here, we set up beds. Just kidding. We were here a lot. We were here for hours. It was about 7 weeks. We started maybe a couple hours, 3-4 hours, and it got to be audition. The time began to get longer and longer. So say 5:30 to 10:30 to 11. And we were a driven cast, so we tried to pump out as much work each night as we possibly could.
And I won't let them get their hands on it. And all the leaders of the stinking mob who are suddenly allied to all the princes and all the priests trying to grab a little something for themselves.
So, if you're a guard with a wife and a couple kids, you actually take home more than the ordinary sergeant. I feel with his character, he's one of the important characters that puts the play together. I mean, he represents like the everyman. People that come in, just do their jobs, come what may. I mean, they do what they have to do and they leave. I mean, they work hard, they play hard. I mean, that's what the guards were. And I mean, especially with the second half, you see that with myself and the other guards, Zach and Keon.
But Haman, I came to you last night so that you would take me, so that I could be your wife before I was your wife. No, Haman, you promised you wouldn't ask any questions, Haman, please. And anyway, I'm going to tell you. I wanted to be your wife.
Because the cast has just been superb. 90% of a play is casting, and if you get the right cast, it makes all the difference in the world. And I just happened to get a hugely wonderful, talented, hardworking cast, and I'm incredibly excited and proud of the work that they've done, because again, tragedy Greek tragedy is not an easy task. And everybody has come together. We've had a great time working on this. I almost feel guilty saying we had a great time. We had so much fun working on the Greek tragedy, but we did, because everybody just came together so wonderfully, and it was such an ensemble effort.